Hello. We are here. Well, I guess I'm here. I'm gonna do a VOD review exclusively for Bryce. Cause you know we had the 3-game set last night. I think it's time. Watch this. See what went wrong in his laning phase. Obviously, we're gonna start at game 1, but let's see here. Alright, so he has the health pot ticking, which is good. So you're like already playing really far back. So like why am I over here? Why am I not spectating? Alright. So, right here. Why is it not letting me, like, get on him again? Corrected. Click on price. There we go. Alright. So, right here. And now we have to go back again. Alright, so click on Bryce. There we go. Alright, so let's see here. Okay, so right here, you have health pots ticking with bluestone. So right here, you're already playing way too like safe. Like right here, like you guys got to lane at about the same time, and you guys, you know, like right here, just play up. Like literally, just walk up to this. Like, let me corrected. Like I would walk up and stand like right here, like kind of where Jaeger's standing. I'd try to get right here, pretty much like right there we go. My mouse is here. I try to stand like right here, and with your King Arthur abilities, why is it not like? Oh, because I'm directed. Directed. There we go. So what abilities do you have? Alright, so you're in your blue stance, which is a little tough because usually you want to get to the side of the wave and want it with your cleave. But even in this scenario, just walk up and start auto attacking the archers, and if he dashes on you to push you through the tower, like the jungler's not going to gank you at this point in the game. And even if you take chip, you have bluestone plus health pot sticking, which he has sigil. So, like, you have the sustain advantage over him. Like, he might do more damage, but you have sustain on him. So, like, you can definitely afford to brawl. As long as, you know, you don't get ganked, you should be fine. So, like, here you just need to play up. But what you do is you play back, and you just give him wave 1. So now, you can't even fight him because he's already, like, cleared your entire wave. And now you have to play back because you have to fight 5 archers. And now you're taking all this chip damage. Like, you're literally dying to archers here. You're not even hitting them back. You're literally just taking the shots. At least, okay, now you just lost like 200, 300 health for no reason because you're just sitting there. Here, now, again, you're doing the same thing where you're not playing up. You're just giving lane pressure for no reason. I don't understand why you'd play back. And like, I guess you're scared that he's gonna stun you out of your 3, which is like a fair assessment. Like he will do that because that's what he should do. But if he's 3ing you instead of the wave, number 1, he can't clear wave as fast. He's not doing damage to it. Number 2, your archers and minions will then start hitting him because he's attacking you. But like right here, there's no reason for you to be back this far. Like you have a health pod ticking. I'm like 90% sure, right? Yeah, you have a health pod ticking. Just I don't. Right now, you're just playing too passive. You're just dying to archers. Like literally, all the damage you've taken so far this game is from minions. You haven't even taken damage from Bake. Like the reason why you feel like you can't step up is because you're dying to minions. You're not even like you've lost 500 health from minions. You haven't even fought Bake yet. And because you're playing so passive, he's getting the Naga and the cooldown buff. Because like while he's cleared wave, you're just now clearing the wave, so you can't do anything, and like now you have to back because you played the first 2 waves so like passively, you can't even do anything right now. The advantage you had early with the sustain, with the health pots and bluestone, you don't have that anymore because you're at 200. You've literally lost 600 health from minions alone. You have not fought Bake yet. Like, let me see. I need to see your player damage. Yeah, Bake has done 200 damage to you. So of the 800, so of the basically 900 health you're missing, you're at 200. You've lost 500 of the 700 damage done to you this game to minions. Now, because your blue's up and you're low HP and he's 5 and you're 4, you needed me to be there for your blue. Which, again, if you weren't so far behind, you could have soloed that blue and gotten full XP. But here, why are you backing up? Like, I guess you had a wave. Or hold on, let me go back. I think this is a different gank I'm thinking of. Yeah, okay, so this was the initial gank when I went up. Okay, so here, this was just a miscommunication. Because obviously you're low and you had a wave coming into tower. Right here, right? Right here. You should not be pathing with me. You pathing with me here makes me think you're coming with me. Now, obviously, I should have known you are low HP and there's a wave coming in, so I shouldn't have won for this regardless. This is a bad play by me. But the way you walk, the way you path through the jungle made me think you were coming with me. Because look, in my mind, you're still following me all the way up until right here. Right here you turn around, but that's when I basically like commit to the fight. Like I taunt Bake and I look for the fight, but you are just now turning around. Again, I should have known that we should not have gone for this blue. That's all me. I should not have won for that blue invade. It was a bad call. You were low, you had a wave collapsing in. We shouldn't have won for it. But your pathing through the jungle and your inability to make up your mind and just tell me, hey, we shouldn't do this, or, I mean, that's also on me. Again, I'm not putting all the blame on you, but what I'm saying is, you, like, pseudo-baited me into going for the blue invade, because you literally followed me halfway there, and then the second you saw Bake, you ran away and didn't tell me, hey, get out, I'm not fighting this. Obviously, again, shouldn't have went for it. I should have just used the context clues on the map that we shouldn't have done it, but you sort of baited me here, is what I'm getting at. Again, 2 wrongs don't make it right, but on my end, I shouldn't have went for it because I knew you had farm to get and you were low, but at the same time, you sort of baited me. Both things can be true at the same time. And here, you're backing with a full wave, and you don't have TP. Like right there, you should have gotten wave, because Bake used ult, I called that for sure. And after they kill me, they're obviously going to look for a bull demon, and if they try to gank you, they can't kill you, because Bake just used ult, so he can't cripple you, so he just keeps spinning out. So right there, you should have gotten wave. Here. So now you have tier 2 magic defense, so you should really be stepping up here. So you're playing back. Alright, now you're starting to get in a little bit. Alright. right here, you should, like, why are you giving that up? You're watching him do the buff. Just walk at him. If you walk at him, you have a chance to steal. You. Oh, man. So right here, after you clear this wave, just double speed this, and I'll get a half. So after you clear this, right here, you see he's on Naga, right? And you see he's not really doing that much damage to it, because you can literally, I mean, maybe you didn't see the HP part in the game, but you know that he's not really clearing that. But you just walk this way, and now you're watching him through the wall. Just fight him. Like, even if you get there too late, just throw an ability at him. Get his health low. Like, you've done no damage. You've done 300 damage in 4 minutes. You're playing the PvE run. Look, the one time you get aggressive on him and you actually fight him, you fuck him up. Look at that. And you made a... That's a really good play. I don't know how to go back, so I guess we just have to keep doing this. But you just made a very good play there, and I don't think you... You made a really good play there, and I don't think you realize it. Alright, so after this fucking shit show fiasco where you're watching him just do farm for free, you make a very good play for the first time this game. It took you 4 minutes, but you got there. So let's break it down. So, you're playing up for the first time this game. Probably because you realized you have both the health and mana advantage, which is the first time that's happened this game. Here, you pop your thorns and you just fight them. You hit a good combo on them, you're spinning on them. Oh yeah, you're fucking them up. But right here, you're in a bad spot because he can knock you in a tower here and he can ult you and you're going to be slow and you're going to have to ult out. But here, you actually catch him mid-dash and ult him, which is a very, very good play. Here, oh, I didn't use his dash, so that kind of sucks. But honestly, right there, you made a pretty good play. I mean, I'm surprised it didn't catch his dash, but, like, that was a decent play. Obviously, with Bake, you need to not play on tower line. But if you actually caught his dash, like, if you waited, like, a half a second longer, that could have been an insane play. Actually, an insane play. But you using your ward in the middle of the lane, that's troll as fuck. That, I don't even know why. I mean, it's probably just new player syndrome. You probably just panicked and just used whatever you saw on your screen, which, to be fair, can happen sometimes. But yeah, here you finally get the farm, but obviously he has TP and you don't, so like you just need to get the fuck out. That's the thing, right? The relics you have, they dictate like what you can and can't do. Like there, even though you won the fight, your better play, go back. Your better play here would have been to just get the wave, because the wave is worth more than this buff. And now, like, at least if you hit the wave, you could have been like about to kill it by now and gotten out. I mean, maybe not. I don't know. It's tough, but you just have to understand, like, if you're playing against Soul Laner with TP and you don't have TP, you need to understand, like, if you win a fight or force them the back, you're putting yourself on the back foot because they can just TP in and fuck you up. But that's just, and I guess that's not the end of the world, but like, I don't know if going for the wave there was better. I feel like you could have at least killed like 3 or 4 minions, which probably is worth more than the cooldown buff. But we're getting back. At least in your blue to you so you can get it, and so they don't invade you while you head to back. But another thing is, like, another very important thing to understand is that you play around your buff timers in Smite. For the entire early game, for like the first 10 to 12 minutes. Ow, Rocky, get off my foot. the first 10 to 12 minutes, you are playing around your buff timer. So if you see your buff is coming up in like 60 seconds, you have to assess two things. Am I in the lead or am I behind? And two, depending on the answer, if I'm behind, can I secure my own blue? So if I can secure my own blue, but I need to be healthy for it, I'm going to try not to fight him for about the next 30. If my buff comes up in, let's say, like 30 seconds or so, I really don't want to fully engage on him. Because right now, I guess, yeah, before this blue, he was like level 7, you're level 6. Maybe he's level 8. I don't feel like going back again. But if he has a lead on you, you need to be like, alright, I can't really fight this. I don't want to fight here because I want to be able to secure my blue. But because you fought, and then your blue came up, and then he TP'd back in, if I didn't come there, Baka and Bake could have realistically invaded your blue. So, like, it forced me to rotate over and split your blue. Like, this game, I don't think you've gotten one blue by yourself besides the first one. I've had to help you get the blues because you put yourself in a position when your blue timer came up to be invaded. So that's just another thing. Is like, you're putting me in a position as a jungler to where I need to be at your blue or else it's in risk of being taken. And you're already down as it is, and I can't afford your blue to keep getting down. Here, so an important thing to understand is that important thing to understand is that although you built magic defense first because you're landing against a Bake Kujira, is although you can fight Bake better, you have no physical prots, which means this wave is still going to hurt you just as much as it did before. Obviously, you have a couple hundred health because you have Heart Ward, but if we're talking in terms of pure defense, the wave is going to hurt you just as much. So, when you walk up here and you try to fight him, although you have the health advantage, number one, he's 2 levels over you, so he can out-damage you by a lot. Number two, you just walk into his ability. Like, I know I'm, like, going back a lot, but I need you to understand. Like, here, he has a 2-level lead on you. So, like, here he has a 2-level lead on you. So, and he has a damage item. He has Curse Weaver. Obviously, you have a defense item, so it allows you to brawl a little bit longer. But, like, he has damage over you right now. So, like, just because how he's building, and because he has a 2-level lead on you. Here, usually how it works in Smite is you have a 1-level lead on someone. It's like, okay, they're ahead of me, but not by that much. They have a 2-level lead on you. You need to, like, not fight them because you are very, very far behind. And if you're 3 levels or down, you're basically cooked. Like, your game's over, basically. Like, you are literally worthless at that point. But regardless, here, because he's 2 levels over you, he does not fear you at all. So, like, if you walk up like you do here and you line up with the wave, you're giving him a perfect opportunity to dash you because now he can hit the entire wave and you and pressure you at the same time. It's like you just lost 400 of your health from Bake alone just because you positioned very badly. And now because you have no physical defense, you're getting absolutely destroyed by these minions. So you literally just backed, and now you already at the back again because you positioned wrong at the wave. And I know letting waves collapse under towers suck. Like, sometimes it is the best play because now, not only is he a 2-level lead over you, now he has the health advantage and you just backed. Like, it's just bad. It's just bad. And now you're not even killing the minions, you're just walking away. Where are you walking to? I have no idea what you're doing here. There's no reason for you to be at this fight. Unless we verbally tell you we need you, you need to ask, do you need me here? Because right there, we did not need you. Obviously, we're doing Bull Demons like you want to be there, but you being here does nothing for us. Because now, let me pause this. Now, you have a wave and a half collapsing in a tower because you didn't kill like the last 2 or 3 minions in that last wave. So now you have a wave and a half collapsing into your tower. And now you're doing Bull Demon, which we don't need you to do because we just killed everyone. Or we killed the people we needed to get Bull Demon. So you being here is wasting your time. You being here means you are losing farm. I know you want to feel like you're a part of the team, but right now, we don't need you. And that's not a rude thing to say. It's literally to your benefit. Like, It's a good thing that we don't need you here because it allows you to farm and get back in the game, but you are putting yourself in bad positions to keep yourself out of the game. And look, if Maui and Chang'e came over, yeah, sure, be there, whatever. But even then, that would just mean Bake's going to come over, and Bake's going to fuck you up along with the rest of them. So, like, at the end of the day, it's still not even worth you to be there, because you're at 500 health. You're going to get hit by 2 Chang'e abilities, you're going to fucking die. So far this game, we're 7 minutes in. You've had one good fight on Bake in 7 minutes, and even then you fucked it up at the end. Well, I'm not going to be too harsh. I would say you got a little greedy because you played at his tower line, but you almost made a very good play. If you caught his dash with that ult, that would have been an insane play. But you didn't. Unfortunately, it gave him his dash back, which kind of sucks because he was charging it, but it'd be what it'd be. But you almost made one insane play, but regardless, you made one good fight on Bake in 7 minutes, and other than that, you've literally watched him play the game. You have not done a single thing this entire game. And here again, because he's 2 levels over you and you're already at half health and he has damage and you don't, like, you can't even contest Naga at this point. Obviously Akivo's coming over. Like, realistically, what is Akivo gonna do? He's just, like, stun Bake. You guys can't kill him. And now you're backing with a full wave here, so now he's gonna get the full wave, push it under tower, get the Jimmy and Naga. So, like, here's my thing, right? If you're gonna back and smite, you need to back behind a tower. Or, not behind a tower. You need to back somewhere where they can't see you. So, like, you see my mouse, right? Instead of backing right here where he can actually see you, just walk behind this corner and back, like, here where he can't see you. Obviously, good players will know that you probably backed because they know, like, hey, your blue's not up, and this is probably not up because it's usually... camps are typically around the same timer, give or take, like, 15 to 30 seconds. So, like, he definitely knows, hey, his blue and this isn't up, and he went into the jungle. So, like, if he's not here, he probably backed. So, like, obviously, they kind of know. But, like, you know, backing when a full wave is there is just very, very bad. Especially when you're already this down bad. Like, this is, like, you're down 3 levels. And I'm pretty sure we killed Bake already, right? Okay, not yet. But you're down 3 levels because you're literally watching him play the video game and you're not farming. So here, your blue's coming up. I'm going to count how long it takes for you to do your blue the second it spawns. Alright, so it's 8:15. And here, this is also very bad because you got... Oh, sweet. Did I skip too far? Okay, no, I didn't. Here, this is also very bad because we told you we were coming, but, like, we also said we've heard Baka, so obviously we're going to try to zone him out here. You just went in on him too early. And the thing is here, when you run in on someone this hard with Thorn, like, you have to think in the perspective of the other player, right? He has a 3-level lead on you, and you haven't fought him a single time in 8. You fought him 1 time in the last 8.5 minutes. So, for you to randomly choose to fight him while an entire wave is going on your tower, you just made it so blatantly obvious that I am, like, either me or Akiva is looking for a gank here, that I can't even gank off this anymore because a good player should know at least one person is coming to gank, and 9 out of 10 times is going to be the jungler. So by you making this play so aggressive so early, you basically just told him, I'm ganking you. And a good player should run the fuck away here, because it is stupid to fight this, but this guy's up 3 levels, and again, he's not the greatest player in the world, so he just stays here and fights it. But realistically, you gave away our gank here, but again, because this guy is not the greatest Smite player, he stays and fights, and now he dies for it. So even though we got the kill, it's not because you did something right, it's because the other guy did something wrong. Alright, let's see what you do here. So, okay. We call for you to TP to gold, which, you know, we kind of had to do, because they were on it, but here, zone in. Let's keep up wall. Does have wall. Alright, so okay, let's roll that back. That was rough. I'll do it so we get TP, and then I'll go in half speed. So here we make the call for us to rotate because, you know, they're on gold because we just ganked solo. Here, you need to be ticking your health chalice, which you're not because I don't see the icon. So here, you need your health chalice ticked. If you're not at full health, if you're like, yeah, your health chalice should be ticked here. You're literally at half health going into this fight. Here you get knocked up by Maui ult because you wasted your 3, so you aren't knocked immune anymore. Here, I kill Maui. Right here, you have a good targeting. You know you want to go on Chang'e, so you chase her down, which is good. The thing you did very bad is you should know in this position that Ymir is going to freeze. Like, Akivo is looking to freeze Chang'e, but also Chang'e has her 2, which makes her immune. It basically gives her beads and Aegis. So you should know Chang'e is looking to immune Akivo's stun, which Akivo does because that's his job. But you look for the CC at the same time. Obviously, Akivo probably should have calmed it, but it's also like, again, Akivo should have calmed it like, hey, I'm about to freeze here. But you never want to stack CCs on top of each other. You always want to try to wait out, like, say Ymir freezes 2 seconds. You should wait for the Ymir freeze, wait like a second and a half, and then the second the person's about to be unfrozen, then stun them. That way you can combo the stuns like it's a fighting game. But here, not only do you try to CC the person at the same exact time as Akivo, you do it on someone that has a free immunity. So when Akivo baits out the immunity, you stun at the same time, and now you guys have no CC to catch up to her, and she's out, and you guys can't kill her. Then on top of that, Apollo lands on top of you, and because you haven't had a health chalice ticking this entire time, you are way too low to do anything. So now you just need to get the fuck out. And now, because would you have killed Chang'e if you hit your stun? No, you wouldn't have because she had beads still. But at least if you did that, you could have pulled her beads out, and we could have maybe killed her coming up soon. But because you didn't do anything, you didn't even pull beads for us, which feels kind of bad. And now Bake's invading your entire jungle. So even though we just ganked Bake to get you try to get you back in the game, he now took your blue, took my back camps. Or I guess our back camps. Now he took your blue, our back camps, and now he still has a 2-level lead on you instead of a 3-level lead. Which, like, obviously we try to fight for gold, so it is what it is. But, like, at the bare minimum, we could have gotten Chang'e beads down. But because whether Akiva didn't come or you, like, you guys just fucked it up. You guys fucked it up. We could have very easily gotten her beads there. Here, you see their whole team's on Bull Demon, so again, you should just be pushing this wave up as quickly as possible. Here, okay, so the biggest thing, oh god, I didn't even notice this till now. When you play King Arthur, you do not max his 3, you max his 1. Why do you max his 1? It gives you the most burst damage as quickly as possible. The slash, the double slash, if you had your double slash maxed out right now, you could clear the wave. But now, since it's your 3, it takes you longer to clear the wave because you have to keep spinning to do it. And then on top of that, Bake can just stun you out of it. So your best way to clear the wave, which is your spin right now, it takes forever, and Bake can cancel it. So, like, you're maxing the wrong ability. for just general purposes and in the specific matchup, because in the specific matchup, Bake can stun you out of your 3, so now you can't even clear the wave if he stuns you out of your 3, which he's going to do every single time because he's a lead on you. So you're maxing the wrong ability, you're not optimizing your way to clear the wave, and here you can't even fight him anymore, because again, now he's a 3-level lead on you because... This is rough. It's rough. You're not popping your health chalice. You're just watching him play the video game. Like it took you what, like 10 seconds to pop a health chalice when you were low. Now you're not, like, you could have had like an extra 100 health if you popped it a second earlier, but now you can't even step up. Here, Bake's dewarding because they had Bull Demon. Here, I call him looking for the invade again. Here, this is a good ult. Oh, the spectator's having like a weird bug where it just has me leaping off cooldown. That's weird. Here, we get another very good gank off. Now, let's see how you capitalize on this. Alright, clearing the wave, which is good. Doing your thing. Bake's... So right here, Bryce. Bake is dead for 18 seconds when I paused. 18 seconds. If you never know where the wave is in Smite, like if you don't know where the enemy wave is, the enemy wave mirrors where yours is. So you see your wave coming up here. So you should know that his wave is right here, because your wave's here, his wave's going to be here. You are down 3 levels on this guy. We've ganked him twice. You need to push your lead. If he's not up, you need to push your lead. You have minions going into tower, and you have health chalice, and you're a warrior, and you have defense. Just walk into the tower, clear this wave. That way, by the time Bake spawns in and tries to TP into lane, or say he tries to TP to Beacon to fight over Beacon, he's at least missing something. Because by you not getting this wave, this freezes the wave on his tower line. So number one, you're not getting this entire wave because you're backing, and I'm assuming we're going to call you over for Bull Demon. Number two, it gives him the advantage you guys finally get back to lane because the wave froze on his tower line, which means you have to step all the way up to get his wave. If you got this wave before you backed, number one, you'd have like, you'd probably be like right, you probably wouldn't be level 12 yet, but you'll be at least right here and get a lot of gold off of it and get at least some farm for us killing Bake. But instead you're backing, giving him positional advantage, and you guys get back to lane. You're missing out on a ton of farm, and now you're going to rotate over and you're already behind, so you're going to be even more useless than you have been this entire game. I'm not saying these things to be mean, I'm saying these things because it's the honest truth. It's just how it is. And maybe if you got this wave, you would have had enough for your Phoenix Shield. I don't know if you will have enough gold when you back here. You probably do, but I don't know for sure. But like, see what I mean? You're missing out on all this farm when you don't need to. Even if you get to this fight late, right now it is more important for you to get the farm because of how far behind you are. But instead, you're giving up this farm for no reason. So now, you're missing out on a ton of farm. You're giving him lane, like, positioning again. You guys get back. Hell, maybe we called for you to be at the beacon. But it is your responsibility as the individual to say, hey, I think I should farm this wave. And we'll be like, okay, cool. Do your thing. Here, you rotate in. Let's see what happens. Alright, you miss your stun. You're just out of range. Here, you are fighting the Maui, which you shouldn't be doing. You got Bake stunned. Okay, good knock up on the Chang'e. You're getting some good body blocks off, which is really good. But, again, your targeting there was not really, like, the greatest. Like, you kind of just were spinning this. I know, like, Apollo was also there. You're kind of just, like, spinning to spin, if that makes sense. Like, you really didn't have, like, a clear target. Like, here, you missed your ult, which sucks, because now you don't have any CC, really. Here, you're going on Maui. Go on Baka. Like, even if you're in the middle of Baka and Chang'e, what's the worst that can happen to you? You're a fucking King Arthur. But instead, you're spinning on the support when you should be going towards the Baka and the Chang'e. And you're missing your abilities, which again, that just, you know, comes with time. But here, you get a good knock up, and now you're body blocking her very, very well. But again, if you went on her when you should have, like 5 seconds earlier, we could have killed, like, look how low she is. We could have very easily killed her, and even if we didn't kill her, we'd at least have the opportunity to tower dive her, because we're up 5-2 right now. Like, if you went on Baka and Chunga at the beginning of that fight, we could have gotten a deicide here. But instead, you played back and you kept spinning on the support for no reason. And now, I mean, we still won the fight, but if you played that better and had better targeting, we could have won even harder, is what I'm trying to get at. So let's see, we're going back. You're not backing. I think it's because we called for gold. Okay, so we're staying, you're warding, okay. I don't necessarily hate this. But right here... Okay, I'm pretty sure right here I told you to just start it because Akivo's taking forever to get there. But right here, once Akivo gets here, you can drop the gold. Like, you don't need to fight this. Here, you can just step up. Because now you're very low, and Akivo is full, which, like, is whatever. But, like, you know. Because, like, imagine if you let Akivo tank that, like, he probably should have, like, obviously tank it initially until Akivo gets... When I say just start it and you tank it, I mean, like, tank it until the support gets there. Because, like... If Akivo tanked that, instead of backing right here, you could have went back to solo and gotten this wave. But now, Bake's invading your blue again. And, you know, you're missing out. You're 1,000 gold down on him right now in, like, a lot of levels. But, like, you could have at least had the opportunity to TP back after we did gold. You know what I mean? Right here, you lose your blue again. You've missed a lot of waves because we were in right for a while. Again. We won off it, so it's not the worst, but again, you're behind from it, so like kind of like even, I guess. Right there. This is what I mean by just walking at people. The entire game, you have not walked at Bake, so he hasn't had to use anything to worry. The one time you walk at their jungler, he's forced to ult because he doesn't want to lose BDK because he's committed to it. So, by you just getting that ult out, that's a massive, massive win. That's one of the best things you've done this entire game is walk at the Bakasur. Because now, you see our entire team is rotating over, and now Bakasur doesn't have the one ability that makes him even remotely viable. So right here, you done a great job. You gotten Bakasur ult down. Even though he got BDK, it's just like that sometimes. But you got down his biggest ability that even makes Bakasur good. So you doing that was very good. Just by you doing that, it makes my life so much better because now I can fight him and now he can never fight me for like the next minute or two until his ult gets back up. And again, because you did that, alright. I mean, right here at this Pyromancer, this is rough, but because of what you did at that Bull Demon, it allowed us to go for Pyromancer. Unfortunately, me and Tanners had very bad communication there because whatever, but that's not my job to really go into that right now. I'm focusing on you. But again, at this point of the game, you've already lost lane. You're super far behind, even though we ganked him off like 2 or 3 times to kill him. Here, he still has a 3-level lead over you. Like, just walk at him. You have help. Like, if he hits you for a lot, who cares? Hey, you're walking away from the wave. Don't let it collapse in. There's no reason for the wave to even get in a tower there. Again, I'm not going to talk about what's happening for the rest of our team because, you know, that's a different story and a different conversation, but double kill. You're level 13 with no second relic. This is very bad. You need to get this wave in back. Well, now you can't back because your blue's coming up, so you can't even back if you wanted to. Oh man, not having second relic at 13 is tough. Now Bake's invading my buffs again. Are you going to contest it at least? Or not even going to contest that? That's an insane thing. Again, Bryce, you just need to look at people. You're not looking at the... now you're leashing your blue under tower. Oh, sweet Jesus. You only leash your camps under tower unless you literally see the guy running for your buff. You didn't see him directly running for your buff, so you should have just sat there. Obviously, if he came, you can leash in a tower, but like, you shouldn't leash in a tower just because you think he's going to. You should only leash in a tower unless it's like literally your last resort to secure your buff. Okay, I think this Bryce went AFK for a bit. Skip. I don't know where you're going. Oh, you're coming to Beacon. But again, because you're coming to Beacon, you missed out on yet another wave. And you're still very far behind. And I know we're probably telling you to be here, but like... it's just tough. Because like, obviously we kind of need you at this point in the game because it's 17 minutes in and like we desperately... Usually around like 15 to 17 minutes is like when team fighting like really starts. So at this point of the game, like we need you. Like we absolutely need you to be here and start fighting with us because this is when team fights start. But because you're so far behind, we can't even have you available. It just feels bad. Here, I don't know where you're going. You're just pathing very weird. Now the waves are gonna like push up. Here, the rock is not worth it. You need to get the wave. You need to get the wave. You're missing out on, you just missed on like 3 or 4 minions because you're getting this rock that does fucking nothing. Like, this is very bad. Obviously, clear the wave, and then if you're still available, then get the rock. But focusing the rock over the wave is never the play. Unless it's like literally like wave 1 and you can hit rock and the wave, yeah. But like, waves are the most important thing in Smite. Waves are literally like the 3rd most important thing for Smite. The only thing more important than waves is like gold, or like the objectives on the map, like pyromancer, fire, and gold. Other than that, and even then, gold is, or minions give the most amount of gold and XP in the game, and it's on a consistent basis. So like, you could have been 15 right now if you just gotten that wave, but you gave it up for a rock. And now you're coming back to lane with no wards. I don't think you really warded at all this game. He warded 6 times. I guess I just haven't really been paying attention. But again, you're the lowest damage in the game besides the supports, which obviously is to be expected. But even then, you're only like an auto attack above a Kivo right now in damage, which is not good. Not good at all. Here, because you're just sitting in the jungle wishy-washy, you just probably missed out on like another couple minions. There, obviously you didn't have to use your ability, you just wasted it for no reason, but you know, that's whatever. Like, imagine if you were farming right. Imagine you being in this fight and being able to do something, but now you're super late because you had to farm, and it's just, you know, I feel like I'm repeating myself at this point, but you kind of get the idea. I'm not gonna lie, this shit pissed me off. Well, not pissed me off, this shit tilted me a little bit. So we're gonna watch it from this fight from both my perspective and your perspective. You're gonna see why I was very annoyed after this. Here, see they're on Pyromancer. I get an insane engage on Chunga. I get her, like, me doing that is what allowed us to fight here, and what allowed us to, like, kill her. But here, because you ulted Maui, and you're focusing the tank for absolutely no reason, I have no one diving the backline with me right now. So I'm in a 1-on-2, after I just got us the fucking fight, essentially, by getting Chunga in a position to where Tanner could kill her. I'm fighting for my life here. I got the Baka minions on me. I'm fighting Bakasura and Apollo. I'm double taunting them. I'm doing my thing. But, like, obviously, I can't kill both of them here. I'm level 16. They're both level 18. Because the way I'm playing jungle is I'm trying to give the way I've been playing jungle with our team is, like, I'm trying to give Tanner as much farm as possible. So, like, I'm not really splitting mid waves that often compared to other junglers. Like, realistically, I should be splitting a lot more, but because Akivo and Trey split a ton of mid waves, I can't really afford to go to mid often unless it's for mid camps because the support's always in mid. So for me, I'm basically giving up a majority of a big percentage of my farm so Tanner can stay ahead and keep ahead. So for me, just the way I'm playing the game, and also just Bakasura is like the best farmer jungle in the game, I'm behind. Like, even if I wanted to, I can't kill these people, but I can put them in a position to be killed if you were here diving with me. But because you're focusing the support, because your farming has been so bad this entire game, even if you were here, it would still be close. But even then, you're at full health and mana, but you're ulting the fucking support in a fight where our ADC... Like, the ADC's job is to kill tanks. So by you focusing the tanks with them when he has Tanner and Akiva right there, you are doing nothing. You're fighting nothing. I'm fighting for my life over here, and you're sitting over there full health and mana thinking you're doing something, you're doing nothing. So here, I get these guys, literal 1 HP. He's literally 66 health. But if you were there with me, we easily kill him and Apollo, because Apollo's no mana, so he can't even run away at this point. But because your targeting was so bad and you were fighting absolutely nothing during that entire fight, we had 2 people get away for absolutely free. Imagine if we killed Baka and Apollo there. That is the easiest fire giant of our lives. Easiest fire giant of our lives. But because we couldn't kill them, now we can't go for that objective because your targeting in that fight was so bad. We'll watch it from my perspective again. Watch it from my perspective again, and then we'll watch it from yours one more time. Just so you can get an idea. Here, again, we call that they're going for Pyromancer, so I'm trying... The second you guys say they're on Pyro, I redirect to try to get into position to where I can be here for Fire, or Pyro. I see Chunga super out of position, she's nowhere near her team, so I blink in, get the engage, full combo her. She has to beads, so I know I can ult her now. Obviously, I mistimed it a little bit because he was still immune, but Tanner still managed to follow up off it. And while I got a Chunga ult, a Baka ult, and I have Apollo and Baka chasing me, you are sitting there ulting their support, which does absolutely nothing. Now let's watch that fight from your perspective again. You ult the support, which again does nothing, because you see me fighting 2 people for my life. We are continually hitting the support and doing absolutely nothing. And here you're Thornsing the tank. Your Thorns isn't going to do damage to the tank at this point in the game. Your Thorns is only going to do damage to the damage dealer. So now you're pushing up after I'm dead, but it doesn't matter because we can't kill anyone. So even though we won the fight, we didn't win the fight as hard. Like, again, Bakasura is 1 HP and Apollo has no mana. If we kill the both of them and it's just Maui up, we get fire for free. But now we try to go for fire and I don't think we get it. I could be wrong, but let's see. But now they have basically their whole team up to, like, they have 3 people to contest this when they could have just been Maui before. Which again, now leaves you in a very bad spot because you don't know who to focus. And now Maui's going to secure the Fire Giant with the buff. And now you're just running... Just run at them. You're the tank. Just get in there. If you die, you die. We have to kill them. They got Fire Giant. Again, you're waiting for the team to do stuff for you. You're not actively looking for things. Like, even though your KD looks super pretty at 2-0 and 8, you really haven't done that much this game. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to make you aware of the things you are doing wrong. So we lost Fire Giant there because you didn't help me kill the Bakasura and Apollo. We just lost the Fire Giant because you didn't do that, essentially. It didn't seem like that in the moment. It's like, oh, Maui stole it. But how did they even get in the position for Maui to steal it? Because Baka placed a Pyro Bomb, Maui ulted it, and you allowed... The way you fought the last fight is what affected the fight that just happened at Fire and why we lost it. So even though we've killed Bake 4 times and you have 2 kills, you're still a level under him because you haven't been farming for shit. Like right here, why are you looking for Bake? Go on the Baka. But now you're auto attacking. You've been auto attack. You don't know where to go. You don't know who to target. You're just, again, you're new to comp, so I get it. But, again, we talked about this the night before. Your job is to dive with me, and you just haven't been diving with me this game, unfortunately. Okay, now that everyone's dead, you're finally going in with me. Okay, I need... Oh. Whoa. I need to see if you had... what abilities you had up here. So, like, right here, you're not really fighting anything. You're literally auto-attacking the air, because you don't know who to focus. You don't know what to do. Like, why? I know this is a very small thing, and I'm being very critical, but this is the only way you're going to get better, and it's because this is how Smite works at the very highest of levels, so you have to understand these things. So right here, you're literally doing nothing. You're literally just taking damage to take damage, and you're focusing the Bake, which is not your job. You see Bakasura autoing us, you're not doing anything. He leaps out, but again, you're not really doing anything. You're going in, which is good. You dodge it. But right here, you like backstep. Why are you stepping back there? Just get in. You see Baka's walled off, but you don't even go for him. You're still chasing the Bake, even though he's already out of the fight. There's no reason to chase him. We just fight everyone else. But still here, you're just on their support. Like, don't go on their support. And you're still running away right here. Chung goes alone. Go on her. And look, I'm fighting their backline, and you're still just in the middle of Hades ult. Fuck. Don't, like, just go on Apollo. Just go on Apollo. And you don't even beat his stun here. So now, when I go in, I don't have you. And right here, you're not even dashing in to get to me. You're just firing off a 1 when your dash is up. Like, you should be in right now, but you're not, because you're not using your abilities to close the distance. Now you're running away, even though we have our whole team here. I guess Baki just got back, but like... You're just not... You haven't helped me dive a single time in 24 minutes. I have been alone diving unless Tanner's been with me. You've been playing a backline warrior, which is not what your role does at all. You're playing like a support as a soul laner. Even though we've been over this a lot of times about how your role should... Again, I'm not trying to be mean, and I know I'm being very harsh here, but it's because I'm being honest. Like, you have 7,000 damage in a 24-minute game as a soul laner because you've been hitting the tanks the entire game. If you've been hitting the Apollo and Chung Go with me, or even the Bakasura sometimes, if he's right in front of you, you'd probably have like... Probably a little under Bake just because you're behind. You probably have like 10 to like 11,000 just because you're a little behind. But because you're only fighting the tanks, you have no damage because you're fighting the tanks and you're a tank. Here, zoning good.
Your team has destroyed the Gold Fury. Your team has destroyed the Pyramids.
Alright. Good ult. Very good ult. That was a really good ult. Even though you missed all your abilities before that, you got a really good ult. And that's all we need. Look, because you got a very good ult off, we're up 5-3 and we can just push. And look, you're on Apollo. Look, he can't play the game and you killed him. Look how Bryce, look how easy that fight was. That was the first fight you played well. And look how easy that fight was. We literally killed them all instantly. Obviously, we lost Bigfoot because that was probably Akivo's fault or something else happened. But you played that fight. Like, I don't have a complaint about that. Obviously, besides missing the first couple abilities to start in that fight, which is whatever. But you played that fight perfectly well. You ulted Chunga after her immunity was down. And then you went on Apollo, and we killed our entire team. That was the first fight you played well, and we literally insta-won the fight. Here we have minions here, so you should probably be getting out. There's no reason for you to take all this damage. I think you're gonna die. You didn't die, but got a little closer than it should have been. But again, that fight you played super well, and we insta-won the fight. And that was the first fight you played well, and we won that hard. Imagine if you've been playing like that the entire game. Obviously, you know, easier said than done, but you get where I'm coming from. And again, even though your KDA looks a lot better than like me or Tanner's, KDA isn't everything. Like, this isn't COD, so like, you know, you've had like 1.5, I think 2 good fights so far this game, 26 minutes, which honestly, like, you know, isn't the worst in the world considering you're new to comp. That last fight you played like perfectly. Here, I guess you're just farming for bluestone, but we should be positioned towards fire. I think I told you to push that wave up anyway. Let's see what happens here. Like, you're playing with the team right now, which, like, I guess, you know, isn't like the worst thing in the world, because at least you're not getting picked out of position, but like, you should be playing up. You're the warrior. You can eat damage. Even if you take a couple autos and an ability or two trying to get in there, you'll get in there. Alright, right here, you're like zoning, but you just let Bake walk through because... Okay. Here, this is a bad fight in general just because Tanner, like, I don't know. I feel like we were just super split that fight. Here, you pop your thorns when you're fighting Bake. When you, like, why are you ulting Bake here? You're not doing anything. Again, I'm fighting the Apollo and the Chunga by myself, so we're gonna spectate the fight from my perspective there. We'll watch it in half speed. Here, I'm dewarding. Let's skip a little bit ahead, I guess. So here, in my mind, since I'm like helping with fire and helping shot call, I see Bake is completely by himself. So in my mind, I think we should just kill him here, because you dash on him like you want to go on him. So I'm like, alright, let's kill this guy. Serket, King Arthur, and we have our ADC here. Let's just kill him. But because Gutta passed this way and doesn't go on me, like Tanner, I mean, he obviously had a good engage, right? Because he got the people, like, he saw a good engage, and like his engage wasn't bad, but the problem was I called for something because he's out of position, but Gutta passed this way, And now that we don't have our ADC, we can't kill this guy. And now Tanner's alone fighting 4 people, so we can't even so even though we started this fight so bad, because we're just so split up, because I called go for Bake, and Gutta just went completely the other way, and Tanner dashed in on 4 people. But also during this fight, you're just going on Bake when I'm back here trying to kill people. Like, you should be back here with me trying to, like, get the backliners, but, because, like, right here, I'm Cirquette, just trying to get in my flank. See Maui's weak, so I try to kill him, but he's gonna get out. I try to predict his leap, I get him out. Here, I see Apollo lands on me, and I'm with Chang'e, but you're still fighting Bake. And now I have to get out. I think I die, though. Yeah, I die, because they just walk past everyone, they just kill me. So, like, even though you were fighting the tank, like, you're full health in this fight, and you didn't even kill Maui, and Maui was right in front of you the entire time. So, like, if you're at least going to fight a tank, at least fight the one that's killable. But now, we lost 3 people because we were super split up, and that was a bad, like, again, Tanner had a good engage, but based on Bake's positioning, we should have just blown him up and killed him instantly like we have in the entire game, but we fought a super split fight. Then you individually, which I guess I'm more focusing on here, you keep fighting the tanks. Your job is not to fight the tanks. And if you're fighting a tank, for the love of God, don't use fucking Thorns. Thorns is meant to kill people that do not have defense, because they cannot mitigate the damage that Thorns is going to do to them. And by them doing damage to you, they're going to take more damage. Tanks can't deal damage, the Thorns isn't going to pop as much, and then on top of that, they can eat the damage, because it's not going to do much. You also fought that entire fight without using beads. I don't know if you needed to necessarily, but in a late game fight, it's pretty rare that you don't have to use your actives to do something you're trying to accomplish. Here I call for Pyromancer because they have fire, and, you know, we shouldn't be fighting that.
Your team has destroyed the gold fjord. Your team has destroyed the pyromancer.
Here we're just farming because, you know, nothing else to do. Again, I'm going to say this. I know it's probably my 8th time saying it, but I don't really have anything else to say right now, and it's just, you know, how it is. Even though your KD is 4-0-13 and everyone else is on it, like me, Akiva, and Tanner's, our KDs look a lot uglier, it's because me and Tanner are diving in and you're fighting the tanks. If you were fighting with us, you might have a death or two, but me and Tanner would probably have way more. You might even have, because if all 3 of us are diving together, we'd be popping off, but because we've only had one fight where you properly targeted, it's been rough. Here, you fighting Bake is not a bad thing, just because we want to kill him as quick as possible. Here, good ult on the Chang'e to get her out of the fight. It would have been better for you to get Bake or Bakasura there, but it's what it is. What it is. You got a really good stun there, very good stun, good targeting with me. Here, I was on cooldown, so I was kind of waiting. So, like, I couldn't do anything. Oh, you had beads that whole time. Alright, let's play that fight back at half speed. Alright, right here. Here, you focusing Bake here is good, because it allows us to blow him up as quickly as possible. But right here, when you see he's, like, guaranteed dead, you should either be going on Bakasura or turning around and going on the Apollo. Here, you're like not fighting anyone, you're just kind of like in the middle of everyone. there, you should have probably went for a Baka just so we can kill him because he's 1 HP. You ulting Chunga there isn't like the worst thing though. Like I'm not really complaining about that. You're still on Chunga, which is very good. Here you have a good stun off my taunt. So like, oh, you had a good stun and then I taunted. We killed Chunga, which is good. But right here, you see me playing over here. I probably calm that I'm on cooldowns right now, so I can't help you. It's like, realistically, you should try to play under Phoenix here, because if I'm on cooldowns and I'm Circuit, I can't fight. Like, if my taunt and my death main isn't up, like my first ability where I go like that, like squiggle back and forth, I can't really fight. So right here, I probably said I'm on cooldowns, which means you shouldn't be fighting this, because with an Apollo late game, he's going to shred through you like fucking butter, which he does. And right here, the second you get pulled by Maui here, you should beads this. But you don't, and then you beads at the end, even though you got out alive. So not only did you not beads when you should have, you beads way too late, and now I can't go in because you're like 1 HP, and now I have to stall for time while you go heal in base. Here I'm trying to stall as much as I can so they don't get bird. But they end up getting it because you had to back and I wasn't able to peel off the Apollo as much. And right here, we shouldn't have even fought that. There was no reason for us to fight that. I don't know if I called it or you called it, but in general, we just shouldn't have fought that because at that point, there's nothing to fight for. They already got bird, just let them escape. But I probably just went in just based on just being annoyed that we ended up losing that fight, even though it started very, very good for us.
No time to waste.
Like, I'm concerned that you don't have a death at this point in the game. Not because I want you to feed, but because you haven't, like, it's just very not common for someone to be 32 minutes into a close game of Smite and not have a death. Which means you are playing extremely passively and not doing a whole lot, which is what you've been doing. But, like, it's just, it's okay to die, because your job as a warrior is to basically, like, it's like I said, you're like a support for me, the jungler. So, like, even if you die, if you get their actives down, that's your job, because then I can kill them, even if it costs you your life. Obviously, don't die just to die, but, like, fight for your life. But it's not a bad thing to die if you can get the, it's not bad to die if you can get the Apollo or the Chunga in a position to where I can kill them or someone else can kill them. The best way to think of your life is as a resource. If you can trade your life for getting like 2 relics or 3 relics or 4 relics or like an ultimate ability, that is worth it. But if you die just because you're out of position, obviously that's not worth anything. Here we're doing a lot of just like weird fighting. Maui wasted ult just to pluck Akivo, but Akivo ulted it, so now both support ults are down, which honestly favors us because Maui ult is way more important than Ymir ult. That was a weird Maui ult. I don't know why he did that. Like right here, you're just watching them, like, go with me here. Flank up. Why are you playing here? You're playing at a position where they can see you and you can't do anything. You should never be where Akivo is unless we're doing a dive comp. And even then, you should be playing with me. So like right here, you're just watching them still. Okay, you miss your knock up, which again, I'm not going to really harp on missing abilities because that just is what it is. But again, you're going for Bake when the whole team with their DPSs are behind, and now I die for free because I'm diving by myself again. Let's turn back the clocks and watch this from my perspective. Alright, so here, I'm Circuit, so I'm obviously trying to play an off angle. I'm trying to get a good engage on them. I'm behind them, but you're in front, which is very weird, because if I try to go for an engage here, with how fast DPS is late game in Smite, you can't get to me in time to help me unless you have Blink, but you don't. You have Beads and Thorns, which means I have to fall back, so I also see them playing up here. I see Apollo super out of position, but you're on the other side of the rock, so even though I get a super good engage here and I get both of Apollo's actives and Bakasuro, like, you're nowhere to help me here. No one's here to help me, and you should be here to help me. So now I have to get out, even though I got a super good start for us. And now I get Blink Chang'e ulted, and everyone just goes on me and I die. And you're still full health and mana. So let's go over what just happened. I got Apollo Beads and Aegis, Bakasuro, and Chang'e Blink ult. Alright, so let's count this up. Apollo Beads, Apollo Aegis, Bakasuro ult, Chang'e Blink, Chang'e ult. I got 5 things down for my life. And I didn't get to kill anyone because I was alone. And you're sitting here full health and mana not doing anything. Like, I need you there. I need you there. Now the fight is pretty much scuffed because we're a man down, even though I got like their entire team's abilities down. This fight is just a little scuffed. Again, you're just on the supports and the tanks. Alright, now you're on Chang'e. This is good. Great ult. Great ult. Good kill. Good engage on the Chang'e. But now, I need you to go on the Apollo. Alright, you're on him. Right here, Akivo should not be helping you. Right here, Akivo should be helping Tanner. Or one of you should be helping Tanner here. Tanner should never die here, but he does end up dying. And right here, you really shouldn't be fighting this. Like, after... Like, again, late game, ADCs are meant to kill tanks, so unless Apollo's, like, super low health, there's, like, no way you're killing him there. But now... you fought Apollo, so now we got you and Akivo down for free. And now, a fight that I had a super good engage on, we ended up losing because you were sitting around doing nothing. You killed Chang'e, which was good, but you killed her because I got literally every ability down from her. Which, like, I guess at that point you did the bare minimum and just killing her, but like, again, your job is to, like, I shouldn't be the one doing that, essentially. Like, I don't, like, obviously it is what it is sometimes. Like, the jungler will end up just having to get actives down at some point, but, like, realistically, in a perfect world, that is your job to do that for me. That way I can come in and just kill everything. And again, if I do that, that's fine, but I need you there with me so you can help DPS them with me after we pull that. But you're nowhere near me in these fights. You're always playing with the team. That is not your job. Your job is to, like, you don't have to play right on top of me, but you need to be in position to where if I go on an engage on someone, you can be there to follow up on it. But there really hasn't been one time besides in that mid fight where, like, we've been together. And again, in that one mid fight, we literally, like, got Phoenix at like 20 minutes because you had one really good fight. And that's all it takes. At its smite. Sometimes all it takes is one fight. Like right here, sort of playing together. I don't know why I'm doing my POV here. Back to you. Okay, you're dashing on the tanks again. I guess we called for them, so it's like whatever. This isn't like the worst thing in the world. Because again, here. I mean, I just like insta died. I guess you did too. Let's see what happens here. Here, we're doing fire, so we can bait them in a little bit. And obviously, me and Tanner see that, or Tanner sees Baki's out of position, so I immediately dive with him. But obviously, like, you're kind of like zoning Baki here right now, so it's like whatever. But obviously, you turn around when you need to. We're about to kill Baki because he's super out of position. Like right here, like, problem is, Gutta and Akiva are still doing fire when they should have dropped. So like here, even though we have like a good fight going on, Bakasura can come in for free because they're still doing fire as we're fighting. Like, Nessus, you didn't really do anything wrong this fight. I think you played it pretty decently well, but like, again, I know we talked about this during the game and like at some point during the night, but they needed to drop fire there and fight with us, but they didn't. Here, Tanner gets a very good solo kill. But there, that fight, that was more of Akiva and Gutta staying on fire instead of helping us. But again, I'm not here to really focus on that. I'm here to see what's going on with us. But yeah, I mean that fight wasn't terrible. It's just whatever the comms were. Obviously, they didn't get the memo that we were fighting.
Fear we having punished.
Alright, you're up. Watch this. This game should be easy. God, I think I've been doing this for like a while now.
Fear. Your team has destroyed the pyramid.
I don't even know like what you did that fight. Like respectfully, I don't know what you were looking at the entire time. So I'm gonna watch this from my perspective, so I can have a little bit of understanding of like what happened this fight, and then I'll watch it back from your perspective.
Step aside.
So right here, I think we got the comms that they're coming from mid to like contest with us.
The pyramid.
I see Akiva got a big freeze off, so I'm playing up on Apollo because he's super killable right now. I blink in, I follow him down, get the taunt, I ult him so that our team can kill him. Here I'm playing back because I'm in Bakasura ult. I'm looking for the leap, and I see I guess I turn on him.
Fear.
Pardon me.
I mean, you were like sorta with me that fight, which is good. That fight wasn't terrible. It was a little awkward at first, but it wasn't the worst thing in the world. Tanner's had a really good engage with me and you sort of, so like it made the fight super winnable again. Look at that. We had a really good engage with me, you, and Tanner, and we literally just like insta-won the fight. And they couldn't do anything about it. Even then, that wasn't like the cleanest engage, but it was clean enough because Akiva got a good freeze off and we were able to capitalize off it because I blinked in and then I threw him back. Here, so your job as a warrior is to like, you autoing this Phoenix should only really ever happen if like there's nothing to do, which like, I guess to be fair, there really wasn't a whole lot to do, but the second you saw Chunga come in, you need to go on her, but like, you like kept autoing for like another second or two. Like right here, you should be going on Chunga. Okay, you're sort of going on her. You're like sort of hitting the bird, you're just like, here, go on Bake. You hitting the bird isn't going to do anything for us. You should CC the Bake so we can just kill him at this point. You do. Good ult. So I mean, like, you ended up doing the right thing, going on Chunga and Bake, but it like took you like an extra second or two to like realize that's what you should be doing. Which I mean, again, isn't the end of the world because you ended up making the right play eventually, but it's just like the quickness and decision making that you need to get on is like a thing. Like even if you decide to make the right play eventually, it takes you a while, and like I'm okay with that right now. Like that's not a problem. It's just that's also why I'm doing this, because obviously you're doing a lot of wrong, which is fine because you're new. But when you do things right, it takes you a while. It's like my job is to highlight that and tell you that. fire. They're still down Bake, so they can't really defend this, and they're Apollo trolls by going for primal, so the game's essentially over at this point because we're getting a free AFG. I think we literally do just win off this. Here, you should be going in with Tanner, like immediately. But
Your team has destroyed the fire giant.
like, if you need to, use your dashes to get in. You're King Arthur, you have a lot of movement with your 3. Don't be afraid to use your abilities to get in, especially in a situation like that where, like, you need to kill that guy as quick as possible, but Tanner ended up getting it on his own. Here, I told you to play up in this little corridor, which, again, you should always be in this position as the solo laner if we have a Phoenix down. Say, like, let's say we had this, like, this Phoenix down, like the one we're trying to do right now. Let's say we had this bird down and we're trying to do mid. You standing here creates an off angle to where, like, they have to worry about the front and the side rather than just all us coming in, and they can just throw abilities all one direction. You playing here makes it so they have to worry about 2 different directions at once, which really creates a lot of pressure for them and can disrupt the comms. Here, playing up, should be playing up. It's at the end of the world, but you're just here. You're going over to sweep the left tower. Here, you should sort of just stay right here. I get why you don't, because, like, we'd need to get tier 2 before you can play there, but, like, it could have been fine if you played there just because they were a man down. Here, you didn't use beads on the Maliel, so you got pulled in. Now you're getting blown up because you didn't use beads on Maliel, and you're, like, basically dead. So now, because you didn't use beads when you should have, we can't really go for Phoenix here. Like, imagine if you beads that Maliel, we could have went in there potentially and tried to get Phoenix immediately, but because you didn't beads there, it delays our fire giant by like a minute, because now we have to wait for you to walk all the way back up, we have to fall back. But if you beads that, we could have done something, but because you didn't, now it delays us a bit because we need you to resustain. Now we need to regroup, and I mean, at the end of the world, it wasn't the worst thing, just because, like, you know, we probably realistically couldn't have immediately dove that, but I mean, also we probably realistically could, because Maliel is like one of the best ults in the game, and them not having that for this team fight against like a Hades Ymir wall with King Arthur diving, like, we could have very easily went for Phoenix there, but we couldn't because, you know, you didn't beat. That's just unfortunate. That's just a little unfortunate, but here you're just going on the bird, which, like, you're going on the tanks again. That's not your job, Bryce. It's not your job. You're fighting the Bake for no reason. Imagine instead of ceasing Bake, I mean, it worked out just because we were so ahead and we had EFG, but, like, imagine if you zoned the Chang'e out and then we killed Bake anyway because his team wasn't there to support. Like, even though you were singling out the tanks, that's not your job, because, so, like, let me pull up Microsoft's Paint again. Let's say this is the whale, right? This is the whale. Make your arm a little bit smaller. Let's say this is the whale, right? And let's say in that exact position, Chang'e was back here, right? And let's say this is you, King Arthur. You fell back and went on this guy and CC'd him, which wasn't the worst thing in the world just because we're so ahead and we could blow him up anyway, but, like, imagine instead of doing that, you just ran at that person, because now with the EFG, your role as a warrior anyway is to kill the mage. You know, it's your thing. On top of that, you have EFG now, so now you actually can like kill her very, very quick. Imagine if you zoned her out, so we didn't even have to worry about it that fight. Imagine you just zoned her. You don't even have to kill her. You can just zone her all the way to base. You doing that is essentially the same thing as you ulting Bake, because you taking him out of the fight, the second he lands, you're just going to kill him. But if you zone Chang'e, she can't even afford to step up to even help Bake. I think I was back here and I killed her anyway, or like me and Tanner killed her anyway, but like you going for Chang'e here is the same thing as you ulting Bake there. But the only reason you ulting Bake there worked is because we had EFG and we could insta kill him. If we didn't have EFG and that was just like a normal fight, you doing that is doing nothing, because now you're giving Chang'e positioning to push up because no one's contesting her. And now the second you land, we're probably all going to be like right back here, like ready, like Gutta, Akivo, and maybe Tanner are going to be here ready to kill Bake the second he lands because you're ulting him. Imagine in a normal fight, since you ulted Bake, Chang'e walked up, and now since you're landing here, and then there might be like 2 people behind you, she can just ult this. Now you're all stunned, just took like 1,000 damage, now they can turn the fight. So like, while what you did there isn't necessarily wrong, just because of the state of the game and the positioning of everything, like pretty much no matter what you did there, it was going to be fine as long as you just hit someone, just because we had such a lead and we had DFG. But like, imagine if you went on Chang'e, just zoned her out to where she couldn't even think about helping. You just single them out. You single out the person that's out of position by zoning the teammates out, is what I'm getting at. But again, the end there, that wasn't the worst thing in the world, just because we were so ahead, it really didn't matter. But I mean, again, your stats at the end of the game aren't like terrible. Like 24,000 player damage. You technically had as much as Bake did, and you had a little under Chang'e. So like stat-wise, it looks good, but it's because you got all those stats later in the game. And like your gold per minute, you had 489, and we were on the winning team. You had less gold per minute than the enemy mid laner, and she was dead 10 times. She out-farmed you, and she was dead for like half of the game. That's just, you know, that's rough. That just shouldn't happen. Obviously, Kivo did, but he's also supports. Like, it sort of makes sense. But like for you, it just shouldn't happen. You shouldn't be below. You shouldn't have less gold per minute than someone that died 8 more times than you, and they're in a lane where they're splitting with the support and jungler a lot. You're in solo lane. But again, stat-wise, it looks pretty. And again, towards the end, it did get a little bit better. But until like 30 minutes in, it was rough. It was rough. But again, I've been on this single game for long enough. It's been an hour and a half on a 45-minute game. That's insane. I could do game 2. I could do game 3. Depends how I feel after I end this recording. But I'm going to end it for now. I'll see y'all.